the audio.
Word.
Man, things have changed around here.
A little bit. Little bit.
Man, it's it used to just be so simple. We would just walk in.
Yeah. Sit down.
Fresh off the streets.
Right.
Start talking about shit.
Yeah, now we got lights and cameras and extra things.
But I guess that's what progress looks like.
Right.
It's crazy, man. But
it's exciting, actually.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to see it.
Mm-hmm.
There's been moments when I've looked at it and I was like, now I get it.
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
Yeah. It is.
Prior to that, I was like,
why?
Yeah, now I get it. This is going to be cool. And, I tweeted today that the worst case scenario is I learned how to produce a weekly show.
Right.
What's the worst that could come of that?
Right.
That's a skill that's very...
experience.
Yeah, multiple cameras, audio, video. This is like...
editing.
Yeah, people get paid for this kind of shit, and it's like, hey, another skill in the skill, set. But yeah, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Working my ass off.
Really?
I mean, it's fun work. It's good work. I'm enjoying the work.
Yeah.
But it's still work.
What'd I tell you about them jobs?
Hey, man, it's still work.
Dang, nothing but work.
Yeah, you know what? And also, like, I've gotten off my beat making schedule. I gotta pick back up this weekend. I only made one this week.
Me too.
Yeah.
I ain't made a beat since we was last talking about it.
Oh, okay. You've been writing a book, so
yeah, I'm right. I miss making beats, man.
Hey, man, you gotta prioritize things, man.
I'm at the editing stage of the first book.
Okay.
So my goal is to drop 2 books this year. That's why things are getting pushed back a little bit.
Well, yeah, because you writing a book. That's a whole nother level of thought.
I got like 2 of them that are in the editing stages.
Okay.
And the first draft is done, which is. Now I'm just like, first I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get out one this year. But I was like, wait a minute, if I just do this X, Y, and Z to this one, take a week, this will be at the editing stage and I can get it to somebody to edit and then it could be out. And I'm like, wait a minute, why not just drop 2 joints this year?
Yeah, double it up.
Come on, man.
Double fist them, then hit them with a record too.
Grinding. This is what it looks like. 2 books on that ass. Yeah. Don't let me do it.
Yeah.
The confidence is gonna be insane. What can you tell a man who dropped 2 books in the first 6 months of the year?
Hey, not a damn thing.
Man, I'm gonna climb a mountain next. I'm gonna do something wild. Some wild ass shit. Go catch a crocodile with my bare hands. Just, what can you tell me, man? Yeah. Don't let me finish this shit.
Right.
I gotta do it though. I gotta do it because now I'm speaking it into existence.
Yep, now everybody looking for the books.
Where's the books? What had happened was...
Well,
see, I had high hopes, but some shit came up.
Right.
Dog ate my books.
Right.
Nah, but that ain't happening, man. I'm ready to do it. 2000 grind team. We talked about it. This is the year where you put in more work.
Yeah.
This is the year you gotta go back to like
extra work.
Yeah, the fundamentals of this shit, man. And we've been talking to our fans more, and the social media shit is kind of cracking.
Yeah, it's popping.
Yeah. The Instagram. If y'all are on Instagram and don't follow us yet, follow us at Instagram.com superduty_toughwork. So superduty_toughwork. Follow us there. Yeah. Help us get our motherfucking likes up, man.
Yeah, and now you can hit us up on the YouTube.
Tell them
YouTube
is coming.
YouTube.
Tell them, dog. Yeah.
The YouTube page.
Oh my God.
The channel.
We got social media now.
Yo, for real.
Just a year ago, we didn't care.
Yeah.
We
360.
Come on, we didn't have Instagram a year ago. Right. We barely had Twitter. I think I just started like a year ago. We was just like, whatever, man. We don't care.
Yeah.
Just go.
Start to pop.
Yeah. People are looking specifically for this podcast, so we have to bring the excellent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every week, excellent content. So this week, on the Instagram, had you have been there, you would have saw that I posted asking for topic suggestions.
Mad topics given.
Yes, they hit us with dozens.
Multiples.
Yes, great topics too. Topics that we're going to be covering for a while. So keep it up. We appreciate y'all. Everybody who follows us on Instagram. Continue giving us those topics. But this week's topic was one from Instagram, and it was about battle rap. We love battle rap. We don't get to talk about it enough.
No, we don't talk. We talk about it off air a lot.
Right, because we don't know how people feel about it.
Right.
But the people know we have a history in battle rap.
Yeah.
And they want to know what we feel about it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the battle rap episode.
Yes.
From A to Z.
I'm excited about
We're going to get deep into the fucking trenches about our past, you know, how we came up, and what we think about it right now. We're going to talk about everything, all the stories you always wanted to hear, all the things that people want to know. This is going to be the official battle rap episode, y'all.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Word.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against a team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
We back in this motherfucker, man. So yeah, this is the official battle rap episode.
Yeah.
We've had the real estate episode, the definitive joint.
Right.
You know, and this is going to be our battle rap episode, man. So those who know our history, and we have fans of all ages. We have some fans who are, 20, 25 years old, and they weren't necessarily around
Right.
when we were battling.
Yeah.
And so, this comes from a question. So I'll describe, we're gonna break this into 3 parts. We're gonna talk about what battling was when we first started, when we first came up on the scene. That's gonna be part 1. Part 2, we're gonna talk about our participation in it, and our highlights and things of that nature. And then we're gonna talk about, what battle rap is right now. And this is gonna be a fun conversation.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So I'm gonna get it started with my earliest memories of battle rap. My earliest memories of battle rap would probably be the Groove Shack.
Yes.
The Groove Shack, for those who don't know, it was a record store in Columbus.
It's a very small record store.
Small records, like the size of this kitchen, or my living room. And this record store used to have basically what was an open mic, but it was a hip hop open mic, which meant it was for MCs. None of that singing shit or bringing instruments.
No.
It was just a tight room with a DJ on the turntables, and in a record store, and just mad rappers.
Mic and a mic.
And one mic. Not 2, 1. There was no sign up.
Nah.
There was none of that shit. There was no, hey, I reserved a spot, I'm bringing my own instrumentals.
Right. None of that.
None of that. This was in 90, I think it might have started 94, 95.
Yeah. I was 13, 14 when I was going.
Right. Now this started with Columbus. This is Columbus hip hop history right here, because the thing about the Groove Shack that made it so special was that, for whatever reason, however it happened, this open mic ended up being shown on public access television.
Yeah, that's how I got my mom to take me, because I told her I was going to be on TV.
Right. And so you could imagine putting any open mic on TV locally is going to make it popular. But this open mic got even more popular because it was so fucking competitive.
Dog.
It was a room full of younger cats, older cats, hungry, straight up battling for the gusto.
Yeah.
I was going to school in Springfield at the time. I think I was home one weekend and I caught the tail end of it on public access. And I went back and told everybody, yo,
Yo,
I gotta go to this next time. I'm in Columbus. So I think maybe some months later, I ended up visiting the same weekend it was going on. I went to the Groove Shack and it was as advertised. It was just, I got there the first time I went, I got there at the very end. The first thing I see is Copyright at age probably 15 or 14, destroying a dude who was maybe 20, 25 years old, who challenged him. Destroyed him. Same thing for Camus. It was just the sidewalk after the open mic ended inside. God. The sidewalk was packed for another hour full of cats just ciphering and battling. That's all it was. Some battles might go back and forth 2-3 times. Some it might just be one guy crushing a guy and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
He doesn't have any rebuttal.
Nope.
When I saw this, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. This
is real rap.
Yeah.
And I was freestyling, me and Inkwell were freestyling in, but we didn't know that level existed. We were just, we were listening to dope rap, but we didn't know there were that many dope motherfuckers in Columbus.
Right.
And seeing like Young Camus, Young Copyright, you know, all these guys and like Intellect and RZA Ray for Spirit, all of these guys who used to just like run the shit.
Yeah.
They were like the police of the open mic and they policed it through their skill.
Yeah.
Anybody who was out of pocket got served.
Yep. Easy. Like no question.
No, you would get served up and that was it.
Yeah.
There was no like none of this polite shit. You only got the mic passed to you if you had killed it. And I don't know how you would get it the first time. You had to know somebody.
Yeah.
Really, because you couldn't even get it unless you knew somebody and came every week. And that was my first introduction to battle rap. And then months later, I saw Camus and Pete battling motherfuckers at the expo. Like they were on stage, they performed, and then they were yelling at somebody in the crowd like, oh yeah, what up? Okay, cool, we can take this shit outside and battle. I was like, oh shit, it's going down.
It was real back then, dog.
Right?
It was very real.
That was my first introduction to battling. I had never really battled anybody. I mean, I knew what it was. Obviously, I was a fan, but I could freestyle a little bit. We were just starting to consider recording demos at this point. We were the guys who could rap, but we couldn't do that. And that's my first memory of battle rap.
Yeah, see, luckily, I grew up literally around the corner from Camus. So I do Camus and Copy coming up. So that's how I got in and got the mic because they knew I could rap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they would give me the mic every now and then, and I got to display my skills. And we would freestyle just in my I lived in a double back then, and I had a karaoke machine upstairs.
Everybody had to join.
Yeah, and I still got some of the tapes.
Nice.
And we just freestyle and, you know what I'm saying, and just rap, you know what I'm saying, all day. So when I would go, because I told my mom, I was like maybe 14, and I told my mom, like, look, like if I go down here, you know, I can be on TV rapping, you know, and she would drop me off. Like I'm 14 years old. She dropping me off down on campus
to rap.
You know what I'm saying?
What I want to interject, because people need to understand what campus is now versus then.
Oh, hell no. It ain't nothing like it was. Nah, it was hood.
Yes.
Hood, like cats was getting snuffed on campus.
Yeah, this was back when campus was like one of the most dangerous places in the city.
Hell yeah.
Now it's like one of the most rich places in the state.
Yeah.
Like that same area has the highest concentration of wealth in the entire state of Ohio.
That's crazy.
It's insane, right? But back in those days,
yeah,
I'm a South Sider. You know, we didn't fuck around with the North.
Nah.
Nope. This was like, remember that Nas line? He was like, you know, when I was young and used to stay that out of town, niggas chased us.
Yeah.
Like anybody who grew up in a city like Columbus knows what it was like to be on the wrong side of town and get chased.
Oh, hell yeah.
So like South Side people didn't fuck with the North.
Nope.
North didn't fuck with the South.
And then you had the inner city.
Yeah. You had the West Siders.
Yeah, the West Side.
You didn't go out there like that.
Yeah.
No, you get chased.
Yeah. It went down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just remember just going up there and just rapping and having fucking fun. You know what I'm saying? And seeing myself on TV the next week, you know, hoping that I made the cut to get on TV, because everybody that rapped up there didn't make it to the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They edited that shit. You know what I mean? So every now and then I'd see my little freestyle and see my little verses. It was fun. It was fun as hell.
That's
dope. Meeting the Funk Friends, meeting like all of the legends, meeting Spirit, you know what I'm saying? Meeting Storm, all of those cats, like really really diving into what hip hop was in Columbus and realizing that it was way bigger than I even imagined it was.
Oh, totally. And so in terms of Columbus, like Illogic and we got the same shared experience, you know, in terms of like the first place we kind of seen this thing become real, battle rap in. And the thing too that people got to understand is back then you had to be able to freestyle.
Yeah, off the top of the head.
Right.
Not a written throwaway verse, off the top.
Yep. And not to suggest that there weren't guys who had good writtens back then.
Oh yeah, everybody.
It was just that you were gonna get tested at some point. Every MC and every crew got tested at some point until you made your way up the hierarchy, and then you would stop getting tested, and then you would just kind of, you know what I'm saying?
You was part of the
circle.
guard.
You was part of the guard, and now you could regulate.
Yeah.
But until then, you got tested, and people knew what you were made of. You had to be able to swing your fucking sword, and you had to be able to freestyle. So when I saw that, and I was like, I went to Group Shack twice. The second time I caught it all. I sat on the couch and I was like, okay, now I'm seeing like just classic shit with like RZA and Camus going back and forth, and both of them sound like these like Pharoah Monch and Busta Rhymes, just like the most insane styles and patterns I ever heard. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I got to start getting better at this.
Yeah, if I want to do this.
Yeah, if I want to do this. And that's when I think I started really thinking, okay, in addition to making beats, rhyming, you got to be able to freestyle just so that you can hold yours when the time comes.
When the time is right.
And whereas some people say like, oh, I'll never have to know. You knew you would get tested in Columbus.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You knew it.
There was no question.
No, and then so like some of the secondary memories I have are of now the organized battles. So like we had the open mics like that where this was kind of like, I mean, obviously this is way before 8 Mile and all that shit kind of popularized it. But we had the open mics, but then you also had like organized battles.
Yeah.
This is when the guys who were really polished came out.
Yeah, the guys of the guys.
Yeah, because you may or might not have to battle anybody at the open mics. Typically, you just wouldn't get the mic.
Right.
And the dudes who got mad would just get served. They would get the rap when they battled somebody and got chewed up.
Right.
But the battles, the organized battles is where it really went down. So like the Columbus Expo battle. That's when I first saw Illogic.
Yeah.
My first time I saw Illogic, well, he was what, 15?
Yeah.
He was in the
16
in the Columbus Expo battle, which was the Columbus Expo was thrown in the Columbus Expo Center, and it was just the Columbus Hip Hop Expo. And it was kind of like Columbus's version of the Scribble Jam.
Yeah.
And I think it started the year before Scribble Jam started. And it's been around like almost 30 years, 25 years.
Yeah, 25 years this year.
Right. And so it was B-boy stuff. It was like DJ battle.
Yeah, they had graph.
They had everything, like performances. It was the same 4-element thing that the Scribble Jam had. Columbus had their own thing. And so me being from Columbus, but I was living in Cincinnati and going to school in Springfield, I was soaking in all of the scenes shit who had some shit like this. So I go to the expo after I see the shit at Groove Shack, and now I have a crew now. Now it's like me and Bus and Jermaine. It's like, okay, now we're Greenhouse. Yeah. We don't have no records, but we wanna see what the scene is about. So now I'm getting them to come out. We go to the expo, we see you killing it.
Yeah.
At like 15, 16 years old, Illogic wins the battle. And it was a lot of dope cats in the battle.
It was me and Riz in the finals.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
I thought, did you have to beat Fathom?
I had to beat Fathom. I beat him.
And then Riz.
And Riz was in the finals.
Okay, for some reason I thought Fathom was in the finals. But I knew you battled Fathom.
He was mad. He was salty that I won. Too.
Yeah,
he was mad at
you
me.
were on fire that battle, man. So I saw Illogic at this battle. And this was like,
this before we knew each other.
Yeah, before we knew each other.
Yeah.
If you won this battle, then you were basically the guy in Columbus until the next expo.
Year. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so he won his battle, and I remember I was throwing a show down in Springfield, where I went to school, a yearly show. And at that show, I was like, yo, man, you're really dope. You killed the battle. If you got a crew, I got this event. Would you come down and perform? And that's basically how we kind of got in contact and how we met. I met, and then I think you were throwing a battle at your show, at your school, right?
At my school, yep. And Jermaine.
Yep. And then Jermaine went down and because he was an alumni, saw the battle, and he was like, okay, yeah, I got to introduce you to Print. And then we met at the expo. And the rest is, I brung you guys down for that show. And that's kind of how
the rest is history.
Yeah. But I don't think I had battled in public prior to that ever. I think I was just kind of a freestyle by myself kind of guy. I don't think I even started contemplating battling until maybe 99, when we started performing, and I started really saying like, yo, if none of us can freestyle, somebody's gonna come to a show and challenge us, and we're gonna be
because we used to at your apartment, we used to just sit for hours and just freestyle.
Yeah,
we would battle each other.
Yep.
I remember the first time I got you and Jermaine high, man.
Yeah, I was acting crazy.
You smoked weed. Dog, you was so obnoxious.
I know. I never forget that. I was wilding.
Going in on Jermaine.
I would not let him live because he wouldn't battle me back. I was just high, just trying to battle him.
That was hilarious.
Such an asshole.
So fucking funny.
I didn't know how to interpret the weed though. I was high. I was still trying to figure it out.
Hey man, but you was open.
Yeah, was I ever?
Super open.
Mine was. Yeah, there was nothing. I felt like the second time I got high, we was at Bernie's, and that was an open mic too.
Yeah,
and I
just went in.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I feel like Jackie Chan. Like, I feel like I can do anything. Like my freestyle, I thought, I was like, oh, it's got to be crazy. I don't know if it was crazy or not, but it felt crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we used to battle each other and freestyle in at my apartment all the time, and then I remember the snaps and taps battle?
Yeah, snaps and taps.
You and I were in the finals. I think I beat you in the finals.
You probably did. Yeah.
That was probably like that was the first organized battle, but that was like local. Mm-hmm. And so it didn't really count. It was like a part of the show. Mm-hmm. That was a part of the battle. I never got into expo battles until later on. After I had done, but then that year we were performing at the Scribble in 99.
Yeah.
And, I think we played on Thursday night and they had to battle on Friday or Saturday, or we played on Friday. And I was just like, yo, man, we should just go for the gusto all weekend. And I was like, yo, we got a merch table at the joint. I'm just going to get in the battle.
Yeah, you got in the battle that year.
Yeah, and it was like 82 MCs.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And that was my first, quote unquote, real organized battle. I had never really, you know what I'm saying, like got in those real battles like that. And then I came in second place.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't really know the format of battling like that. Mm-hmm. And there was moments when I was in that battle and I looked out in the crowd and I was like, holy shit, what did you get yourself into?
Yeah, because it's one of those things, man, where you just look out. Because I remember when I battled at the expo, and this was the first time I had ever really been on stage like that. Like I had performed at churches and stuff. Like I wasn't performing yet, you know? So I'm looking out and it's, 300-400 people looking at me. Oh. And it was, and
you got to come off the top.
Off the top.
That's what people don't understand. It's easy to perform a song that you know in front of 300 people.
But off the top,
1,000 people, like the Scribble Jam I did, that was like 1,500 people in there. And I had never been in front of that many motherfuckers. This is before I had toured with Atmosphere or anything. And I just remember like, wow, everything I'm saying, they can hear it.
Yeah.
I can't bullshit anymore.
And they're reacting. So if it's whack.
Yeah. And so I want to add on too, like another part of this is that even though I came up in the Columbus scene, I was living in Cincinnati.
Right.
So I was also privy to Cincinnati's battle scene.
Yeah.
When I first got to Cincinnati, they were having battles on B-Boys Underground.
Yep.
Remember on
because I used to go up there when I was in college.
Yep. B-Boys Underground was G Fresh, Mr. Dibs, and Nobody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they were basically like, they had this community access hip hop show that'd be on Friday nights from like 10 to 3 in the morning or something. Long, but they would have local battles on air live. Yep. And that was where I started really peeping it. And then Top Cats kind of came. And as Top Cats came, right as Bernie's came in Columbus. And so you had these two open mic weekly events. But Top Cats was different because Top Cats had a battle tournament literally every week. And so it didn't matter if they had 4 guys sign up, they would just do 4 people. If they had 16, it'd be 16. If it was 32, it'd be 32.
See, I never got to experience the Top Cats.
Oh.
I never got to really experience
Top Cats is where I really got my blade sharp because I was battling Top Cats maybe a few. It took me about 3 years before I lost. I didn't lose at Top Cats until we started touring, and people started knowing who I was.
Right, having mad ammo.
Oh man, I never forget that feeling. My guy, and this is my guy now. My guy Agile. He comes out to our shows, and he lives in Austin now, I believe. Shout out to Agile if you're listening. He's from Cincinnati. I remember the first time I lost. He was hitting me with punchlines, the soul position songs, everything. I was like, this ain't fair.
Yeah, man.
I got mad. This was when I was drinking. People started booing me. I was like, fuck y'all. And I just mooned the whole crowd. I dropped my pants. I just mooned everybody. Like, fuck y'all. And stormed off the stage. I was mad. That was my first time losing the fucking public battle.
That's crazy.
But back then, that's when you knew you had kind of made it, because
when people had information on you, when they could Google you. You know what I mean?
He had intel on me. I was like, oh, this is my man's too.
Yeah.
And he just roasted me like.
Yeah. See, when I was in high school, I used to organize battles in high school. We'd have them once a month, and it was probably about maybe 10 or 12 MCs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would battle every month, and I would always set, because I organized it, but I had to get in it. You know what I'm saying? I had to get in it. So I would always set, it was me and one of my other dudes, and I would always set me and him on the ends of the brackets, so we could just chew everybody.
The number one seed.
Yeah, number one seeds, and just chew everybody and be in the middle. And that's how I met Jermaine. Yeah, because I made sure to schedule a battle, because our battles, like, cats would skip class. Yeah, like it was popular as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It was real popular. And that's how I met Jermaine on that alumni day. We was battling, and he was there. And after that, it was like, y'all want to do a shot? I introduce you to my dude. And yeah. Here we are. Hell yeah. Here we are.
No, that's dope. So that's the history.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break, and then we're going to talk about just like our highlights, lowlights, craziest shit we ever seen. And we'll be right back. Yeah. What up, everybody? Blueprint here to let you guys know that all 3 of my books are finally back in stock. That means right here, What a Night. This book is back in stock. It's $10. This is a book about the worst shows of my career. That's 10. Word is Blog Volume 1 is back in stock. That's $10. And also, The Making of Adventures in Counterculture. This book is about my Adventures in Counterculture album. If you have the album, you love the album, you should have a book too. That's $10. All 3 of these books are back in stock for $10 each, or you can get all 3 of them for just $25 right now on waitlist.net. That's all I got today. Thanks for your support. Peace. Super Duty Tough Work hoodies are finally available from waitlist.net. Order yours while supplies last. Thanks for your support. Well.
We're back.
This is a fun one.
Yeah.
This is a
mad memories.
Yeah, man.
Mad memories.
We should have done this a while ago, but I'm glad he reminded us of this topic, man.
Yeah, man.
And so this is the battle episode for those at home listening, watching. We just taking a trip down memory lane and talking about, our history and our experience in battling. So now we want to get into like the highlights. The wildest shit we ever seen, the dopest shit we ever seen. And our participation, our highlights of our own battling and freestyling and shit. And I'm gonna get it started.
All right.
With a funny ass memory from battling. This is one I ain't gonna tell the whole story.
Okay.
But the one
was I there?
Yeah, you was there. Okay. It's many memories, yeah. Man. So one of the most bugged out stories I can say is like us versus the Third. So for those there's a crew from Columbus called the Third who we had battle rap beef with back in the day.
Yeah.
But one of the funniest little details of that whole thing, right? So they do a diss track about us, right? Mm-hmm. We invite them to battle and catch them on the phone saying they scared to battle us, right? We record it and we put it out.
Yeah, we Linda tripped them.
Yeah, we Linda tripped them and we basically won. And then we ethered them with the track, killed them with the track. And but we had the Columbus Expo coming up after that.
Yes.
And everyone in the inner circle knew the tension.
It was going down.
That was going on because of this rap beef.
Right.
So the funniest part is I got it. That was the first year, the only year I got in the Expo battle. Mm-hmm. I get in the Expo battle that year, I guess because we was battling in real life anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's do it.
And so the first round, Storm knows that there's beef between us. Storm says, first round, we got Blueprint versus Rashad. I'm thinking, now it's a guy named Rashad in the Third. I'm thinking, hell yeah. I'm over here doing this. Finally,
You're like, oh, it's about to
in
go
front of
down.
1,000 people, I'm gonna
Right.
crush him. I couldn't wait, right? I get up there, it's some little 16-year-old kid
Name Rashad.
named Rashad.
Yeah.
Not the Rashad that I thought it was. Meanwhile, because when he said it, I already had my mic. I was like, hell yeah. No. So I was
And
like,
the crowd knew too. People in the crowd knew.
I look out to my
Yeah.
to my right, because I didn't see the fake Rashad. We'll say that. I look and I see the Rashad that I think it is in the crowd with the rest of the third. And I'm like, bring your bitch ass up here. What are you doing out there?
Oh, God.
Let's go. This is some funny shit.
Oh, man.
Then
I remember this.
they giving me the middle finger like, fuck you, nigga. Because I got the mic in my hand. I'm just
Right.
talking shit on the
Yeah.
stage because I really think that they finally set up the battle everybody wanted to see.
Right.
Like, versus Rashad. And then they're like, no, print. Hey, this is Rashad over here. And I was like, oh. This little dude got to get it. I got to kick his ass first. Meanwhile, I've started all this tension in the jam because I've been talking shit to these dudes on stage.
Right,
On the stage, right? I beat the dude, and then I go on and I end up battling Jakai, like in the semifinals or something of that battle. And that shit was hilarious because people thought me and Jakai weren't cool.
Right,
So they were
yeah.
like, oh shit.
It's going
Jakai,
down, yeah.
Jakai versus Blueprint. They didn't know me and Jakai were mad tight.
Right.
He would come over here all the time. We'd be in the basement kicking it, bugging out. And he won. But it was a funny ass fucking battle. And it was just like, you know what you expect, man. Mad short jokes and shit. And, but yeah, I didn't think I could beat him in a battle, but it was like a fun. And I've seen Jakai do some shit to some people.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him destroy.
I'm going to talk about. Like, that's a
I've seen
highlight
him
too.
destroy mad people.
But man, he was such a monster back then to battle. And that was one of my highlights, like the wrong Rashad.
Because I remember, I think when you were battling the fake Rashad,
Yeah,
you
I
was
was
talking shit.
Yes, I was.
So
Like,
the real
if you was
Rashad.
the real Rashad, then I would. Yeah, I was giving him lines.
giving
as
him
if-
bars.
Like, I was so mad he was a stand-in right then. Like, oh, you got me, Storm. Like, Storm really got me on
Yeah,
that.
he knew what he was
He knew
doing.
what he was doing. He was snickering when he said that shit. I was like, why are you laughing? This is serious.
Yeah,
I'm about to bust this motherfucker's ass. Like,
Yeah, that's
wrong
funny as
Rashad.
hell.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
So I'll let you go.
Oh, okay. So one of my fondest memories. I don't know if this was a early scribble or if it was just a night that they were having a big show and everybody was in Cincinnati, but it was me and Idea battle.
Okay.
And I don't know if you were there or not, but
I wasn't there. I definitely wasn't there. I don't remember that.
But I know like Buck 65 had recorded it. There's a tape of this battle somewhere. And they set it up to where again, me and Idea was on the opposite sides
Yeah.
of the bracket and kind of chewed everybody to the end. Me and Idea, we went about 6 or 7 rounds because the crowd could not decide.
Yeah.
And every time we were like, one more round. And after a while, he ended up beating me.
Yeah.
But yo, it was very heated. And I gotta find whoever has that tape.
I didn't know that shit existed.
Yes.
I don't know where the fuck I was at. How did I miss that?
I have no idea.
Because I don't remember that. Because, like, yeah, me and him never even battle. All the hanging we used to do,
Yep.
we're not even in joking. We would just be like, nah, I ain't fucking with him.
Yeah, y'all was double teaming motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. That's what it's like. Yeah, we never battled. That's dope. Yeah. Let me throw down another one. Another one of my favorite moments is like, I'm going to say Jakai versus Open Wound saga. This is some Columbus history saga that people might not even know. So
Open one was nasty too.
So I think this might have been in 2000. A guy, you already had the hierarchy set, like we said, like, the megahertz had like Copyright and Jakai, these crazy fierce battlers who people didn't want no parts of.
And they had records out.
They had records out.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't fuck with them. And they were the young cats too, the nastiest dudes. And so the Expo battle was where you got to show and prove. So out of nowhere, this dude comes into the scene named Open Wound.
Dreads.
His name was wasn't it something Chestnut? He had I can't remember his real name.
Yeah.
Cool brother. He comes into the scene with all these dudes who are established, know who they are. He moves in from New York and he starts slaying everybody.
Destroying cats.
He pops up on Prism's records and he's like, who was that? oh, his name is Open Wound. That's a weird name, right? But you don't forget it.
Right.
Then you see him live at an open mic and he's just got this mystical presence. He was like a shaman or some shit. Black shaman.
He wore like the hammer pants.
Yes, and
like,
long sweeper coats like Morpheus and shit. He had the Morpheus jacket and dreads. Right?
This was back in the day.
Yeah, he would have like a Morpheus jacket, wife beater, big ass baggy pants on, just dread, just like. But his style was just like mystical and magical, and he was nasty. Open Wound. So Open Wound starts like bubbling. He starts coming up. That the Expo battle that year, he ends up getting into it, and he battles Copyright. The first year, Copyright got into it after blowing up, right? And he beats Copyright, and everybody's like. Right.
It ain't so.
Say it ain't so. Copyright lost his battle to this new guy from out of town, and this new guy goes on to win the whole battle. He beats like Scandal. I don't know if you remember, he had this line against Scandal in the finals where he said, I'll punch a hole in your stomach, climb inside, and rhyme from inside of you, or some shit like this. Remember that battle?
Yeah, I remember that.
This was in like 2000, dog. He was crazy. Off the head.
Yeah.
He had so many nasty lines about people. He goes on to win this Expo battle. He's in heaven. Everything is good. I remember me and him were talking about doing music. He was kind of about to roll with us on some weightless shit.
Because he would come down and we would, with our freestyle sessions.
Yeah, he was part of the weightless freestyle session. So he would come to Cincinnati. True Skills. He was True Skills, who was our DJ then. I was stoning beats. We were about to do some music together. Now, all seems good until you know how things work. Jakai the Motor Mouth, who was not there, finds out that one of his members in his crew lost to somebody he ain't never heard of. He tight about it. He's like, who? What?
Open what?
Open. Yeah, I'll see about that.
Right.
This goes on for months where Open Wound is somewhere and Jakai's not there. Jakai's somewhere like, who's this Open Wound guy? Open Wound's not there. Until one fateful evening at the worst show we ever had, which was we threw a show with Greenhouse, Megahertz, and one other group I can't remember on Block Party Weekend. Remember that show or Icebreaker Weekend?
Yeah, and it was dead.
It was dead. Like Icebreaker Weekend in Columbus was when all school came back, and so everybody was on campus, and you couldn't even drive.
Right.
We threw a show like some dumbasses. No one could get to the show because you couldn't even drive down the street or park, and so our show was dead. So no one was there. I had like a mini disc full of beats. It was so cats just freestyle for hours. It was all the performers there, no fans. This shit goes on. Jakai is there. Frank is there. I think Copyright was there.
Copy was there.
We were there. Bus was there. Like so it was basically just Weightless and Megahertz there at this point. It was probably midnight. We knew no one was coming out. We were just freestyling, kicking it. Man, in walks Open Wound. Unsuspecting that Jakai has been looking for him for months. Jakai is already drunk.
Yes.
Like hella drunk.
Oh man. Then he used to go in.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
And so Jakai was freestyling already for hours before Open Wound got there. Open Wound walks in. Hey, what up? He daps and hugs everybody up, unsuspecting, gets on the mic, kicks his rhyme. He's sounding good. Everything is peace until somebody taps Jakai and says,
That's Open Wound.
That's Open That's Open Wound right there.
Bad move.
I have never seen things go so badly in my life so quickly. Jakai basically cut through everybody and just starts bullying this guy into one of the most disrespectful battles I ever seen in my motherfucking life.
I don't think I saw Open Wound anymore really after that.
He was doing everything from wiping his ass on him to just grabbing his nuts.
It was bad.
Yeah,
it
like
was bad.
He was punking him, pushing him, like he bullied him mentally, physically. Like I've never seen a guy get beat that bad who was at such high heights.
Right.
Prior to that.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't know what hit him. We knew what Jakai was capable of.
Yeah.
We were like, yo, if Jakai is drunk and he's battling, you don't want to battle him. He won't give up. He's funny as fuck. And his freestyle is incredible.
And he doesn't stop.
No.
He will not stop no matter if it's your turn or not.
He'll cut you off. You won't even get to rhyme.
Nah.
Man, this was one of the most disrespectful battles I've never seen anything like that.
No, ever.
And like you said, Open Wound was like never to be seen again.
Yeah, he disappeared.
He literally was like, what happened to that guy?
Yep.
But the people who were there that night, all 10 of us knew This guy he got broken.
Yeah, he broke him.
He broke his spirit.
Yeah.
He didn't want to rap anymore.
The Morpheus coach wasn't doing it.
No,
He was
he was not cutting it, man.
Not doing
he was not cutting it, man. Like he was like Morpheus when he ran into Agent Smith now in the first movie.
Yeah.
They had him tied up in that shit. That's how he did, my man. He had him just done.
It was all bad.
Oh, but that's one of my fondest fucking memories of Columbus.
See, now that's Columbus. Now I'm going to talk about one of the most historic battles that I have ever heard, and that's the Hobo Junction versus Hyro.
Yeah. That's a classic.
Oh my God! If you have not heard this battle, look it up. I think the audio is on YouTube.
Oh, definitely is.
Yeah, the audio is on YouTube.
Yep.
Hobo Junction versus
Saphir.
Yeah.
Really, Saphir was the only one who rhymed.
Yeah, Saphir and basically Saphir and Casual, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be Saphir and Casual. He started crushing Casual, and the rest of them started trying to jump in, and he was just serving all of them.
Oh man, Saphir was so on fire.
What people got to understand about that battle was like, prior to that battle,
They were cool.
and you never saw guys with record deals
Battling.
on the air.
Yes.
Off the top. Like, this was some unprecedented shit that they both crews agreed to get on the air and put everything on the line.
Yeah.
And Saphir went in there and upset him. He pulled the upset.
Yeah, Saphir. I mean, if you've never heard Saphir, look up Boxcar Sessions.
Yes.
On YouTube and listen to Light Sleeper. Listen to Hobo Circus. Like, that album is probably one of my most favorite albums of all time.
Oh yeah,
But
you got to look that up.
This battle, and it went on for like it's a good 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, but he was slaying on
He
the
was
majority of
slaying.
it. They couldn't even get no real bars out.
Oh man, it was so good.
Yeah, so yeah, that was a classic.
Classic.
I'm gonna tell another classic. This is one I talked about in my book, Word is Blog. If you got Word is Blog, then you know
Kalamazoo?
about the. Oh, I forgot about Kalamazoo. Yeah, that's in What a Night. Man, I got mad classic battle stories. Okay, we'll do both of those. So Kalamazoo was, we go out there because me and you have been slaying Kalamazoo in
Yep.
prison for like a year or two,
Yep.
getting money, happy as shit,
Doing it right.
and then eventually they're like, hey, come we want to bring you out to perform before this battle. And so I'm like, okay, cool, no problems. They bring me out to perform from this battle, and it's just me and Groove. We didn't even bring you that time. We were like, fuck it, me and Groove just go get the bag. Fuck it. We go, and then we're like, it's easy money. And then we remember that this is like right outside of Detroit. I think this is post 8 Mile. So now battle rap is bigger now.
Everybody want to battle.
Right. There was 400 people in there to watch this battle. And I was thinking, okay, all I got to do is just bring 50 people of mine, 100, just to watch my show. Cause I'm just going to play a few songs before the finals and get my bag. And then I'm out. Easy money. Wrong. I thought I was wrong. It's not easy money. So my goofy ass, me and Groove get up there, and they put us. We wanted to go on at the halfway point. Okay, we'll put you on it's 32 dudes. We'll put you on the 16th point. We're like, cool. Then it's like, oh well, no, we'll put you on at the point where it's 8. Okay, cool. No, we'll put you on the point where there's 4 left. We're like, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, we'll put you on right before the finals. We're like, people are gonna hate us.
Those were the worst.
So they put us on right before the finals. Soon as Groove gives the jigga, boo. I started hearing that. I was like, what am I hearing? Because, I had never been booed really to that point in my career.
Yeah.
It's like, are they booing Groove? Because I didn't internalize it yet.
Right.
Because I hadn't even rapped. I was standing to the left of Groove with the mic in my hand while he's playing the intro cut. And it was a dope intro. We had
mad routines.
Yeah, we had mad routines, man. We had that because we were using that Tribe Called Quest, Hey Sucker Nigga.
Oh, yeah.
We had the original to that where we would flip from that into the sample from like a remix to Inhale, and then we would go to Inhale over that, and it was like the nastiest routine, but we didn't even get to it. Because this first 2 rows of dudes just gave us such a heavy chorus of boos. I was like, I looked at Groove. He was confused too. Like, why are they booing me,
Like,
fam?
what the fuck?
Yeah, so they're booing him. And I'm like, damn, they booing my DJ. It comes time for me to rap. It's a lot of people booing now. And I'm just like, they're just booing. They don't want to hear.
Just booing for the sake of booing.
I didn't even I might have done 2 bars. And I could just see so many dudes in the front just looking at me like,
Grilling.
get the fuck off stage. And something just snapped in me. And I was just like, you know what? turn the beat off, Groove. He turned the beat off. I said, hey, man, I don't know what y'all think this is, but I'll serve any one of you motherfuckers in this goddamn building right now. I promise you, none of y'all can fuck with me. Y'all in this battle, y'all just start battling. Man, I've been battling. I'll eat any motherfucking one of y'all up. So anybody who got a problem or wants some shit,
Step
up on the stage right motherfucking now.
I wish I was there.
Dog, 30 people rush the stage. 30 big motherfuckers too.
I wish I was there for this.
So I'm like, damn, this is all these people. This is like some shit out of a movie. I didn't expect that many people to come up here. But it's basically all the dudes who lost were the ones booing me. Starting all the booing because they were mad they lost and they had to sit and watch me rap. So they get on stage and it's just chaos. The hosts are running in because it looked like it's about to be a fight. It looked like they about to jump me. Really. It ain't look like it's about to be a battle. I'm solo. Groove's still behind the tables. And so this is fucking, so the crowd is just like, it's pandemonium in there. And so I'm like, look, I'm about to just start talking crazy. So I just start talking crazy, pacing back and forth on the stage, talking to myself like, yeah, who wanted you motherfuckers ain't gonna run me? Because you know, in the hood, you either got to do some shit or act crazy. So I'm like, let me just start acting crazy so nobody snuff me in this motherfucker. So I'm pacing back and forth, talking reckless about I'll fuck anybody up in here. And then they finally calm down the stage. Dudes trying to get in my face. I'm like, yeah, you won't get it too, motherfucker, whatever. And so they finally push these dudes over there, and it's like 15 of them over there, hype men and everything. It's like literally that side of the stage was filled with people who wanted to battle me, who already battled. It's me on my side of the stage by myself with the mic, and I'm like, pick your best man. Fuck y'all. Pick whoever the best. I'm gonna serve him, and I'm gonna serve the rest of you bitch ass niggas later. Whoever won it can get it. Right? This is crazy. I'm talking so crazy, you know. So, and then I'm looking at Groove, and Groove is just like, yeah, because I'm like, oh, they gonna let Groove DJ this shit, so I give Groove that nod, like you know what it is.
You know what it is.
Yeah, so
give me some heat.
Give me some heat. So Groove digging into the crates of shit, and we let them go first. They pick their best man. You go, you got him. Yeah, they pick him. He goes. Groove throws on an aight beat for him. You know what I mean? He's aight. Yeah. He's aight. Right. I'm sitting there like, I let him go. He finishes. Groove cuts the beat off. Groove hits me with the nastiest DJ Premier beat ever. You know, the classic Primo. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I kicked the most flawless 16-bar freestyle on this dude of my life. Maybe because the pressure was on.
Right.
There was not a single line that didn't end in a punchline. It was just like 16 bars. Every other line was a fucking crushing punchline. I even ended it. I dissed the judges for looking at me. I dissed them too and wrapped the whole shit up with a bow at the end. Crowd goes wild. Like, holy shit. This motherfucker just crushed this motherfucker in front of everybody. I crush him, and I'm just like, who else won it? Who else? Now I'm super hyped. You thought I was acting crazy before.
Yeah, because you know, like I'm in the zone.
Yeah, I'm in the zone. I look at Groove like, yeah, thanks, baby. I give Groove the wink or hit me with the hot track. And I'm like, who else won it? Who else won it? These motherfuckers scurry off stage.
That's super dope.
They just dipped. They didn't want no parts. It was one fat dude who said, well, you want some fat boy? Bring your fat ass up here. I got bars for your fat sloppy ass too. I was talking crazy to him because he was the one who started all this shit. Man, that shit was one of the wildest shit. We got off stage, so we got all the crowd goes wild after I served the last dude. I was like, okay, Groove, throw back that song. Groove throws back on the song we were starting with. I finished that song and I'm just like, peace. And everybody's like, and then the crowd goes wild again because I realized that you can't top that.
Right.
So I finished my song. I got the fuck out of there, went to the bar. They had to check for me, like, here's your check, Print. I was like, hell yeah, I did one song, battled one fool and got paid. Like, good money. No, shit is classic, man. But yeah, that's a classic story.
That's
man.
dope.
But I got mad stories. I could do this shit. This shit should be a 2-hour episode.
This shit all day.
Yeah, I got mad stories. Like me and Idea used to run around and run up on fools, like, because me and him used to be like the most like mischievous battle dudes.
Oh man, y'all would just go to ciphers and just look at each other like, yeah, let's do
you ready?
it.
Yeah.
You ready? And just start serving dudes, just unexpectedly serving dudes. See, because I stopped battling after a while.
Yeah,
like I got so deep into the writing, I didn't freestyle as much.
Yeah,
so I wasn't as sharp. So I did a lot of judging.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't do no judging until 01, 02, maybe 2002. I was still active battling up until maybe 2002, until this first Soul Position came out. I was still just running up on fools. You know what I mean? But it was like, those memories, man. Battling was like the wild, wild fucking West back then, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
It was so dope, man. Like I could do more, but I don't. This episode's probably getting long as shit. So, we'll probably have to do a part 2.
yeah.
But those are the highlights. Now we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about like
the new dudes.
Yeah, the new dudes, the current state of battle rap, what we think, because we get asked this question a lot, and we're gonna talk about that. And we'll take a break and we'll come right back.
Word.
I get the sense of urgency with my music now based on the understanding that tomorrow isn't promised. Based on not just knowing that, but seeing it firsthand. Seeing people who I thought had forever. People I thought I would grow old with not even be here anymore. To me, if you don't understand that, then I don't know what can motivate you. Because one of the harshest realities in life is knowing that everything around you is temporary. Then the question becomes, what are you gonna do with it?
He is the pinnacle of poetry to me. The man can say nothing wrong.
Blueprint has his shit all together. All his T's are crossed. His I's are dotted.
You really get to see like what your city is doing from like an outside view, like other people talking. And when I told them like, oh yeah, me and Print did shows together and stuff, they're like, what? Print's so dope. And that made me feel real good because that's coming from Columbus.
When he's going all around the world, like he represents for Columbus, Ohio, and that is a big deal.
You feel fear, you start to panic, you start to wonder, is this, was the tour over? What are we gonna do?
I'm a determined person, but I really didn't know how the fuck people come back from that. Because I'd never heard of anybody having anything like that happen to them and finishing a tour.
You only get one life, no time to play. Don't ever waste your time, live for the day. You only get one life, no time to play. Don't ever waste your time, live for the day.
So yeah, we back in this joint, man. The battle rap episode.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoying this trip down memory lane.
This is so fun.
There's more stories, but man, I don't want this shit to be like 2 hours.
Mad long.
Yeah, but so now we want to talk about the current state of battle rap. We get asked a lot of like, what do we think about battle rap now? And some of our fans, they are curious because we don't talk about it too much publicly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll start with myself.
I love it.
Like, I think that on one hand, the spontaneous element that we had to deal with is gone, right? Like that whole show up, not know who you battling, not know nothing about them, and being able to size them up and being able to see your angles right then and there and win a battle then and there. That shit is kind of gone. Mm-hmm. But what battle rap has become now is so much more sophisticated than what we used to do that I admire it.
Oh, I mean, it takes so much skill.
Oh yeah.
It takes, the memorization, the punches, the schemes,
the performance
aspect. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like people ask me who I think, I'm going to be honest. Like I listen to more battle rap than I do rap records now.
Oh yeah.
Because in my mind, the battle rap community is the only community that's truly pushing forward the writing in hip hop.
Yeah.
Most of hip hop are just kind of dumbing it down more and more.
Trying to make hits
because they've got to worry about the beat and they got to worry about the chorus and all that shit. Battle rappers are pushing the art form forward. You're talking about guys writing double and triple entendres. You're talking about rhyme schemes that you don't even know where they're going until they get to the end of it.
Right.
And you've got to piece it back together. Real advanced writing that I think any writer has to appreciate, even if you don't like the subject matter.
Yeah, because I mean, it's all guns and drugs.
Yeah, the gun bars are kind of...
Yeah, gun bars are heavy.
But even then, to make gun bars that interesting takes a lot of fucking skill.
A lot.
Because it's just a fucking gun. How interesting can you make this shit? I mean, there's been millions of punchlines.
Yeah.
Yet every battle, they managed to make that shit interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. You know, I really got into it maybe, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe a little more.
Yeah.
Lions Den was the first league that I started watching. I didn't even really know about Smack, but I started watching Lions Den and getting familiar with those cats, getting familiar with Clips and Arsenal and Goods and Loaded Lux. But some of the writing back then, I mean, well, right now, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, what's some of your favorite battles or lines that, you know, from some of the most recent battles that you checked out?
I don't know about recently. I'll say some of my favorite battles. Obviously, Lux versus
Calico.
It's a classic.
You gonna get this work?
Yep. I'm gonna say Hitman versus Verb.
Classic.
An unsung classic that I'm gonna throw out there is gosh, who's my guy from B Magic.
I like B Magic.
B Magic versus Chilla.
Nice.
That's
Chilla's probably
punchlines.
one of the craziest scheme writers.
Oh,
Chilla's schemes be
insane.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, B Magic versus Chilla. B Magic versus what's my guy from Pittsburgh? White cat from Pittsburgh. Real Deal. That's kind of like a low key classic because both of them had like classic rounds in there. I'm trying to think of a recent battle that was, Mook versus Verb.
Oh God,
that was a great battle.
I mean, Mook's last verse. I mean, I've listened to it multiple times. It's 22 minutes long.
Yeah,
it's so long.
The skill level it takes to write that and be entertaining,
and memorize it.
Yes, and perform it with all these people in the room without stumbling, without without choking. That shit is amazing to me.
I still think Verb won though.
I still got it tight, but I'm not mad at nobody. I think Verb won. I think Verb can easily be. Verb definitely took the first.
Oh, easily.
Second,
his first was amazing.
Second was debatable. And I feel like whoever you think won the second won that battle. And the second one, Verb had slicker. He had bigger lines.
Yeah.
I think Mook had more, but he didn't have the bigger punches.
Because Mook was trying to out rap Verb.
Right.
And I think Mook is at his best, just like his battle with Lux. Mook is at his best when he breaking you down simply in real simple terms that everybody can get, everybody can understand. In the battle with Verb, he was being real intricate. It was some reaches in there. It was mad reaches in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of my favorite. I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna add Hollow versus Lux.
Classic.
Classic. I'm gonna add Lux versus Clips.
Classic.
When he brought out the paperwork on my head.
Classic. I mean, even Lux versus Arsenal was good.
It was good, but it didn't have the environment.
No, it didn't.
And it didn't have the significance.
Right.
That like when Hollow and Lux battled, they were the two top guys. Period.
And Hollow hates Lux.
Does he hate Lux? I don't know.
I think at that point he did. I think at that time he really didn't like dude.
Yeah, I think they did. I think you gotta hate a motherfucker to write what they write.
Yeah, sometimes.
You can't be friends with somebody and write that level of disrespectful shit about him, man.
Yeah, because the way Arsenal be doing people.
Yeah.
Oh God.
There's no way them people are his friends after those battles.
Yeah,
man.
they can be.
Yeah. So like, and then the Lux versus Clips, that was kind of like. Clips was trying to be on the Mount Rushmore of battle rap, and he finally got Lux.
Yeah.
And Lux was just too prepared for him, man.
Lux is always too prepared. The only battle that I've seen Lux lose, like really lose, is Mook.
He lost to Mook clearly.
He lost to Mook clear.
30.
Clear. And I mean, and Lux, it's not like he had bad material.
Yeah, he had the wrong material for that crowd. Wrong material for that stage. He had the wrong approach to that battle because Mook just
So bad.
Yeah.
What about K-Shine versus A-Verb?
That's a classic body. It's not a classic battle, but it's a classic body.
I go back to that battle just to see him walk through them.
Oh,
just to see.
Yeah.
I watch up to that line. Just to
how he performs
so
it.
big, fuck around and walk through him.
Yeah, you know what? Me and Kari were talking about this, and like K-Shine might actually have the most bodies.
Oh yeah, K-Shine
the most 3-0s. Yeah.
When he's on,
no one has more 3-0s.
Yeah, he kills.
Yeah, so he's like one of the most dangerous guys that people don't think of as being like Mount Rushmore guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't give him nothing. Like he'll come in and 3-0 you.
Yeah, easy.
Like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
If he motivated, you'll get 30. That's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the most 3-0s, man. So another favorite of mine I'm gonna throw out is like Daylight.
I love Daylight.
And minus his antics, his bars.
Oh man,
his writing is crazy.
Daylight versus Chilla.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy one.
Daylight versus Clips.
Crazy one.
Crazy.
Super crazy one. Did Daylight versus fucking Head Ice.
Oh, it was a one-rounder.
One-rounder.
Yes.
That was a great one.
Great. Daylight versus B Magic, the same was it B Magic?
I don't know if I remember that one.
Yeah, it was at the same event that Hollow and Lux was battling.
Was that the Jersey battle?
Yeah.
No, oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That was
one where Daylight did the whole stage show.
He did the
Matrix
thing. Yeah, it was dope though.
That's hilarious.
It was dope though.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, Daylight's bars be.
Yeah.
God,
that's wild.
Daylight versus Mike P. When he does the Street Fighter scheme.
Yeah. That was dope. I didn't think that was a classic though.
I don't think it was a classic, but Daylight.
Oh yeah, Daylight's rounds. Yeah, when he's got certain rounds, certain battles I watch just for his rounds.
Oh yeah,
and
I'll skip people.
Yeah, I'll skip people. Like I don't care who you battle. Let me just hear what you wrote.
Right,
because this is some of the most clever shit I ever seen.
Yeah,
like,
Daylight is nice.
Great writing, but our point is this.
Yeah,
the battle rappers who are doing it now, in our opinion, are by far the best writers in hip hop.
Yeah,
it's not even close. And if I'll even go so far to say that if you're an MC and you're not at least peeking your head in to see what these dudes are doing with their writing, then you're probably behind with your writing and you have no idea how far behind you are.
Yeah, because I mean, just the wordplay, the schemes, the entendres.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, multi-syllabic rhymes, the layering.
Scheming.
Like Cats will tell stories.
Yeah.
Like, it's all kind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some amazing writers out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, Goods, like, I love Goods.
Yeah. And like the guys who are simple to the guys who are super layered and intricate, it's like you can get a little bit of everything from it, man. And I'm not one of these guys who's gonna sit around and say, "Oh man, they ain't freestyle, it's whack. They ain't got no beat." It's like, I'm not like that, man, because I've been in the trenches.
Right.
Like I don't think the people who have actually battled like we battled can hate this new era because you were there when it gave, like Scribble Jam gave birth to this.
Right.
Like you start talking about organized battles, which gave, like Scribble Jam gave birth to Grind Time, which Grind Time gave birth to all these battles that went on to URL and King of the Dot and all this shit. Like we were, when we talked to those guys, like one of the dopest things I ever got told was like when I met Mad Ills for the first time. And he was just like, Print, man. He said, I don't even know if you know it, but like y'all guys are the reason that we did this whole shit.
That's dope.
He said, seeing y'all do what y'all did at Scribble Jam when we was coming up, that shit inspired us to start this in these leagues. So you will always be an OG to us.
Yeah, that's super
like
dope.
All of y'all. We had no idea.
Yeah, none at all.
Because we were just repping the culture, but we didn't know that battling could be taken and turned into its own culture.
Right.
And it didn't even need the other shit.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that some of the dudes that are battling now come from Scribble Jam.
They do.
Immaculate.
Yep.
Thesaurus was there. Who else?
Yep.
It's a couple other dudes.
They all know. They know that shit. Like that's you have the New York side, right? Which was like the Murder Mook Smack DVD side.
Yeah.
But Scribble Jam preceded all of that by almost 10 years.
Yeah, easily.
And the culture of Scribble Jam, that the MCs you see like who can freestyle and do rebuttals like the Hollows, the DNAs, the Disasters, clips, like those guys. That style is a Scribble Jam kind of thing.
Yeah. Where
you can come in and out of writtens, you can come off the top, you can see somebody size them up and have punches for them right then and there. that's some shit that like we were at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
We saw that like that.
We saw the development.
We saw the development of it, and now it's this whole thing, and it's like, yo, man, this is dope.
Yeah.
Dudes don't even have to write songs, man.
Yeah.
They could just be professional battlers.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a lot of them that are.
Yeah.
Like Lux would never have to put out a record again.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
To be paid for your craft like that. So
Yeah. Paid heavily.
that's it.
That's it.
This
was fun.
Yeah, that's the battle rap episode, man. It's been dope, man. So I hope y'all got something out of this, man. I hope this, made y'all laugh, smile, and maybe we'll do a part 2 because there's so many stories, man. And we could probably do this with so many people that we know.
Yeah.
And have them tell the stories
Yeah.
of some of the shit, man. But we thank y'all for listening to us, man. If y'all are on the social medias, we on the gram. Here's what your topics there. And we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.